If you'd make an opening statement on tonight's game.
Sure. First and foremost, was proud of the way that our team fought back there. Really, the second half was a really good half of football. Both offensively and defensively. I think that. There's a lot of different moments in that game that, we're going to look back at and know that where we could have been a lot better. I think, defensively, some of the third downs early in the game, we got them into, I think, 4 or 5 third and 10 plus situations, which is, what we want, and unfortunately allowed them to convert. So need to be better in those situations, but we were better in those in the second half, and that was really the difference. We were able to get off the field on third down, and our offense was able to capitalize on the defensive stops. That's a great football team in Ball State. They're extremely well coached and have great veteran leadership on their team, and for our team to be able to fight together and to be in that position that we were in at the end of the game, I think says a lot about who we are, and who we're becoming. And disappointingly, came up about an inch or two short, from a really special moment for our program. But there is a lot to build on, in that one, and I was proud of how our team played.
You can go back to a lot of instances in this game where you're just a play away, and you're a no excuses kind of person. But that fourth down spot and call, how pivotal was that?
Well, it was very pivotal. Again, it was situation at the end of the half. We got the ball back with just over 4 minutes, and had a great drive. Going. We're going down there in position to score and really leave very little time left on the clock. And unfortunately, apparently we're just a bit short there on that fourth down, and then that turned into 7 points for Ball State, and then we went 3 and out on our opening drive in the third quarter offensively, and Ball State went down and scored a touchdown. So kind of a 14-point swing there. Early, late in the second quarter and early in the third quarter that, put us in a little bit of a hole. And, and I think that's where, where we really came together, and, offensively we're able to respond, and then, that kind of got the defense going, and, got some stops and capitalized on those stops, and, put ourselves in great position in the fourth quarter. And, we, certainly, weren't pleased with giving up any points there at the end, but to hold Ball State to a field goal there was really important. It kept us within a touchdown and extra point to win the game. So that was a really big moment to get that stop in the red zone, and then for our offense to be able to drive it down in there. Another great drive, taking majority of the time off the clock, as we had hoped to do. And unfortunately, Zach he had a great run, and really did a nice job on the play, kept 2 hands on the ball, protected it, didn't extend it. He got hit on both sides, and the ball came out. And unfortunately, that's a mistake that is part of the game. But it was nothing that Zach did wrong in that situation. He did everything right. It just unfortunately we lost the ball, and unfortunately that was the difference in the game.
2 questions about Zach. First of all, how's he doing?
He's kind of beating himself up there, after that play, but kind of reminded him, hey man, we got 3 timeouts here. We're gonna go get a stop, and we got to go down and score. We'll be right back in the same situation. So put it behind you, and you did everything right. Don't blame yourself here. You doubled it up, and that's it, just part of the game. Now we gotta move forward, and and I think he bounced back, but you know, obviously it's tough. You know, he played so well, you know, throughout the game, and you know, really gave us a chance to be in that situation. And you know, it's tough. It's just it's hard when you're right there. I mean, you're at the goal line, and you know, you hang out. You just know in your mind, like, shoot, if I hang on to that thing, like, we got to, you know, we're taking the lead there with, you know, a minute to play. You know, so it's a tough situation, but. You know, he'll respond, and you know, Coach Gasser, you know, did a really great job, and you know, I think meant a lot to Zach after the game. As he was talking with the offense, he you know, really praised Zach, and you know, Coach Gasser's as hard as anybody, you know, on Zach, and you know, I think that was a really powerful moment for Zach, and just, you know, kind of emphasized again that, like, he played a great game and that he did everything right on that last play. And you know, our guys, you know, need to step up and, you know, support him, and you know, make sure you know, they know how much he means to them. So you know, that meant a lot to me, and I know meant a lot to Zach as well, and you know, he'll be just fine.
How has he grown this season?
Boy, you know, he really has been. Again, you know, just he's played really well for us, and you know, he's doing the little things right. You know, I mean, he took a sack at the end of the half, but that was smart. You know, that's what we talked about. You know, understanding that a sack was better than an incompletion, because they still had timeouts, and what we didn't want to do was have to punt it back to them, you know, deep in our own end. So, you know, he did a great job on that, and he's really matured in a lot of ways. You know, in terms of his game, and you know, has played at a really high level. I've been really proud of him, and. He's certainly a really smart player. He's very instinctual. He's able to, you know, really operate our offense at a high level, and you know, he's a talented passer. You know, he can you know, really make some very accurate throws, and you know, I know he probably missed a couple tonight that you know, are going to eat at him, but you know, all in all, he played a really great game.
Why does the defense still have problem with consistency at this point?
You know, some of it are mental, you know, mental mistakes. You know, I mean, it just kind of is what it is. You know, there's some situations where, you know, we're coming out of a timeout and, you know, talking about, you know, what's happening and what the situation is, and like, you just got to go out there and you got to execute it. You know, it's really. You know, there's nothing easy about that, but like, that's what we do. You know, I mean, we're football players, and we got to go out there and we got to execute, and we, you know, got to, you know, we're in man coverage and our guy runs a route, like, we got to go cover him. He's our man. Or if we got it, they come out and empty, and we got to, you know, drop 8. Like, well, we got to get our, you know, 8th man to drop, you know, and sit in the hole. So, you know, it's some little things like that. You know, we gotta clean up and you know, and execute at a higher level. But you know, I thought, you know, we made some of those corrections. You know, got a lot of that cleaned up in the second half, and came out and played a solid second half. You know, unfortunately, had a situation there, you know, where we really needed the defense to get a stop at the end. You know, after the fumble, and you know, unfortunately we didn't. But you know, outside of that, I thought, you know, the second half was a good half, you know, for our defense.
All right, sir, it's getting late. I'm going to let you get some sleep.
All right, thanks, George.